dog training, and we decided to do this because I got a new dog and thought maybe I should get some information on training. And so Jess, who has 2 dogs, and I talked, and we thought, well, this would be a good program. So we're going to, if you don't know who I am, I'm Janine Brennan. I'm the interim library manager at Egg Harbor. And this is Jess. Jess is the building manager. And Morgan, she is our communications person for Door County Libraries. We have Jill here today, who's shows her dogs, so she'll be talking a little bit about that. And TC, who just got a new dog. So we're a nice small group, which is good. This will be recorded and put on Facebook, and people like to watch after, and they jump in occasionally while we're on, which they probably aren't going to do today. So, I'm going to share my screen here. Okay, you have to let me share my screen, Jess.
Oh, sorry. There you go.
All right. Okay, so.
Oh, you stay here. Are you gonna go?
All right, so I decided I needed some help after getting Alfie. He's really good. I mean, I won the lottery for a rescue dog because he's 3 and he's almost perfect. There's a couple of commands he doesn't know, and so I thought I needed to do a little research, because with this quarantine, we can't have dog training or go anywhere, go to the dog park or anything. I even went to the dog park, and there's a big lock on the gate. So don't go to the dog park.
Oh, the village is in the process of reopening it now with proper signage. So it should be open soon.
Okay. So yeah, because I think that's important for a dog to socialize. I had a dog for 17 years, and he wasn't really into being social. So I want to make sure that Alfie is social. So I went on to our Hoopla site, and if you don't know what Hoopla is, it's an app that you can get from the library, and through Door County Library, Hoopla allows you to get lots of resources. And I'm going to show it to you now. And Jill, are you a Hoopla user?
No, I've never heard of it.
Okay. TC, are you a Hoopla user?
I've never heard of it either.
All right. Ooh. Well, maybe you'll be Hoopla users after this. So I looked up dog training, and what Hoopla is, it allows you as a Door County library user to check out 5 items. The 5 items that you can get are audiobooks, movies, music. Like I listened to Hamilton before I went to see Hamilton. I didn't buy it, so I got the CD from there. Ebooks, TV. They have a lot of British. I love British TV shows. So there's a lot of British television shows. So put any topic in, and you'll see there's lots on there. So you can play around with it after today. But it's Hoopla Digital. You just get the app, put it on your tablet or your iPhone, or go to your computer, hoopladigital.com, and you register with your library card and your PIN. If you need your library, or if you need your PIN, just let us know and we can help you get that. Morgan can help you get that. So I went and I looked up dog training, and there were 65 results for dog training. Now look at right here, it says ebook.
Hang on, I think that you want to share a different screen because we just see gray right now.
Oh no. All right. I have been talking this whole time and you haven't seen what I was talking about?
There was something on the screen just for a minute.
Oh, geez.
Well, no, your slideshow was working and then it turned gray. So maybe just pull up Hoopla.
Okay.
Here you go.
All right. I thought I was showing you Hoopla. So Hoopla has all of these. It has audiobooks, movies, music, comics, ebook, and television.
And
so,
if you have an Apple TV or a Roku, you can actually use the Hoopla app on your TV, which is kind of cool.
And
yeah.
I've also found out that you can do Chromecast as well if you have a smart TV.
And I do, because I have like the original Apple TV. And so what I do is I screen share. So I watch on my smart TV. As I said before, I'm really big into British television shows. So you just go to television, you put in your search, and you get 5 items a month. So I'll show you in a minute what I've checked out. But these are the dog training resources. And you'll see most of them are ebooks. And there's 65. So the best way to narrow the list is to do patron ratings. And just like when you use Amazon and anything, you look at the stars, and I'm going with the top 7 here. So, and then I went and looked on Amazon for their top 7, and it pretty much lined up to, this one was pretty much the best book. So I'm going to check it out. And I get it for a month. And if the month runs over, then it'll stay in June too. So here's the book. And I'm going to say borrow title. And I get it now for 21 days. Now I'm just going to open up the book. I'm going to read it. On your tablet, it's going to, can you still see what's happening?
Yep.
All right. So just going to, you can then go through and I'm going to, let's see. All right, so here's, I'm just gonna hit right up here. That's the table of contents. Let me show you that again. See up in the corner right there? The table of contents, then you can click on, I don't have to go page by page. So let's see, training games and activities, chapter 9. So maybe that's just the one area you wanna work on with your dog. And so here's the book, and you can read through and see it. If you want to change your text, you can change the size. You can change what it looks like, but that's where the T is. If you want to look up something, or if you want to, you can look up one word. It'll search the whole book for that one word. And if you want to bookmark that page, you can. So I'm just going to go back to the beginning of the book. And let's see. I'll just go to the basics here. All right. And then from the basics, I can go through and read through my book. So I'm going to close it up here. And now I'm going to show you up here. It says My Hoopla. So I'm going to go into My Hoopla, and all right, and here are what I've checked out. So right now I have this ebook, a little book here. I have an audio book called The Lost Girls of Paris that I'm listening to. I have another ebook right here. Down here, I don't know if anyone's heard of John Fisher's. He's a famous dog trainer. He's no longer with us, but the movie was really dated. So you get movies for 3 days. And so I was watching that movie, but everyone was wearing fanny packs. And I'm thinking,
Hey, what's wrong with fanny packs?
I mean, it's okay, but everyone was wearing them.
That's where they keep their treats.
Oh, maybe that's it. That's probably why they all had fanny packs on. I thought, well, this must be the 80s.
Yeah, Linda's back. She just went to Main Street Market. Got her order.
Ooh. So
Oh,
I just want to show you here. It's telling me what's recommended for you because it knows what I like, and pretty soon they'll start putting dog things because now this is the first time I've used it for dogs. But I've been watching the Doc Martin series, and I'm on the last one. I think it's 8, but it has there, and then so it's just. These are TV shows, movies. So you can, it's a great resource. And it's really nice because multiple people can check out the same item. So and if you can see what's up here, they have Harry Potter ebook. I mean, it's a wonderful resource if you haven't discovered it. So I was really into it for coming up with something to help me with dog training, but really I like it for TV shows. That's my major use of it. So and then you get 5 shows. And again, you can narrow it in different ways. But it's a great resource for that. Agatha Raisin are fun. So I'm going to stop Hoopla now. And any questions on Hoopla, anyone?
No, I'll give it a try.
Yeah, give it a try. And then if you're having any troubles, just let me know. Because sometimes people have trouble in the beginning. You need to go to doorcountylibrary.org. And then from there, it'll, here, I'll show you. And see where it says downloadable library? You click on there and it'll tell you there's Hoopla.
Oh, okay.
And from there, it'll have directions and it'll lead you to get logged on for the first time. And TC, that would be great for you too. I know you like all those British TV shows. So
I would add, Janine, that Hoopla is having some extended offers right now too. So they have a bonus section where you can select items that won't count towards your 5. So be sure to check over there too. So you can have more than your 5 right now if you're selecting from the bonus options.
yeah, I looked at the bonus. Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, it's great. And so the next thing is, I was going to show you a little video clip. Are you all familiar? Well, I'm not sure. I was going to talk a little bit about Rover. Are you familiar with Rover?
No.
No,
I'm not either.
you're not. Okay, Rover is it's a social. It's it's a babysitting service for dogs, and I was a big Rover user, and I'm just going to go to their website. Share my screen. Okay. Can you see my keynote?
We see you.
All right, that's okay. I'm okay. I'm going to share. Let's see. All right. So I'm just going to go to the Rover. So if you're interested, Rover. Oh, spin to win. No, I don't want to spin to win. It's just a great. What it is a group of people that they do charge for babysitting or pet sitting or walking, anything you need. In Door County, we don't have a lot of participants in Rover, but we have a few. And if I need to go somewhere and I need someone to look after my dog, I can use the Rover service. And it's just a great, I've been using it for about, well, since it started. And I've never had a bad experience. And then I was a Rover person, and then I decided I just want my own dog. So it was okay babysitting, but I'm like, I just want my own dog. I don't want all these different dogs coming into my house. But the people that take care of them usually have another dog, or they just lost a dog. And so it's a great resource. So on here, I just used it. It has some great training tips. And I'm going through, Alfie's really good at staying, but the sitting isn't so good. And so I looked at the website. I looked at, it's from the American Kennel Club, the video, and it was really good. I'm now kind of changing how I'm teaching him because I watched this video. So this is this website right here is powered by Rover. It's their blog, and it's just a community resource. Even they have cat information, but so it's what I used before I used this to help me get some ideas when I couldn't find anything. So I just wanted to show you that's I'm a big lover of Rover.
So is Rover pretty big in Door County? I mean, did you see that there were quite a few people that used it, or is it kind of growing?
It's growing. There's someone. Well, I'm going to take my name down because now I have my own dog, but I was the only one in Northern Door. There's a lot in Sturgeon Bay. So. And I use someone in Sturgeon Bay, and sometimes I'll use it like in Chicago near O'Hare. I'll find someone, and because you look at reviews, and then you can also do a meet and greet if you need to. When I was staying with my son, I did the meet and greet and found someone in St. Paul after going through the meet and greet. So it's and then you read reviews, and it's just a nice, they're insured, and it's just a good deal. So I am going to introduce my dog. I'm going to go get Elfie. He's sound asleep, but he'll wake up easy. Hey, Elfie, wake up. Wake up. Oh, I know you want to wake up. Okay, Elfie. Want to say hi? Here's Elfie, everyone.
Oh, here, I'll go get you. Elfie, let me see that smile. Oh.
Is he are you awake? He's waking up.
How did you find Elfie?
Elfie is through Lola's Lucky Day. It's a rescue. I don't know if anyone's heard of it. It's a rescue that started with a vet who went to UW-Madison, and then she moved to Texas, and where she's a vet. And in Texas, she noticed there was a lot of, she lived in the Houston area. She noticed a lot of strays, that people would move and then just leave their dogs in the backyard. And so she was living down in Texas, and she started this rescue where they would transport the dogs to Madison. And then in Madison, you would meet the transport, and a lot of other, she transports dogs twice a month, and for other rescues also. And then they brought the dog to me because of this whole quarantine thing. And so they brought the dog up to me. And when I signed the contract, you get 2 weeks to decide if it's going to work. And if it's not going to work, you can bring the dog back and you get your money back. And so, which I thought was, wow, that's pretty nice. But I mean, I pretty much, he came and we already had a bed that said Elfie on it. So she goes, I don't think you're going to be returning him, huh? I go, no. So, yeah, he's 3 years old, and he was a stray in Houston, and he's put on some weight now, and his hair's grown back. He was really ugly in the beginning, but he was the only dog that wasn't adopted in the shipment to the transport to Wisconsin, and because the pictures of him were so ugly, he'd been such a mess. But now he's so cute, aren't you? Aren't you? You gonna say anything? He's just a cutie. Yeah, yeah.
Here, and I'll introduce my dogs too. I'm trying to get my virtual background off here, but okay, let's see. Chowdy, come. Chowdy, come. They just heard my husband's car pull up, so they always get really excited. And Chowdy, come. Oh,
He's like, oh, there he is. Oh, now he's disappeared.
I can't get my virtual background off for some reason. No, I don't know. I don't want to screw something up on the Zoom.
Oh, all right. Okay.
But there was Trouty, and then Lupin is her mom. So we have 2 dogs.
And you bred them, right?
Well, Lupin was Trout's mom.
Okay.
So we found a male that Lupin got to go on a date with. It was a long weekend. And then, and then we got Trouty, and his parents, their dog was a golden that passed away. So we were able to give them a golden that had the lineage of our dog. And then also we got a puppy ourselves. So
perfect.
Mm-hmm.
I think 2 dogs is the best. Now,
yeah, except when you're trying to get somebody to watch them.
Yeah.
Because then his parents are wonderful. They took our 2 dogs, and then they had their dogs. There were 3 dogs at their house.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's great because they are just like the best buddies, and they're just always running around and playing.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Pick
up Alfie.
Jill, let's hear about your dog. So I hear you're a pretty professional dog owner.
And actually, let's see if I can get him back again. He's found a ball, and so I'm poodles. I don't know if you know, were retrievers, bred as retrievers originally.
Okay.
Duck retrievers. Come here, up here. Come on. Yes, food always works.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, originally, until I got Kala, who is my 4-year-old poodle. I had always got rescue dogs and things like that, but I actually had trouble finding rescue dogs when I was looking for Kala, and so I got a puppy and things. But my dogs are really into agility and things like that. Sailor, go ahead. It's my confirmation dog, but wasn't even planning on getting one, except I went back to the original breeder and that Kala came from, and he said, well, I've got a deal for you. I've got this, and if you're willing to have me show him, and we'll just keep him intact. So I don't know. He's a funny boy, but like I said, I've been into agility and talking about dog training. My original dogs I got back in the 70s and 80s, and dog training has changed so much. And when we can get back to that, but in the 70s and 80s, you put the training collars on and you jerk their heads, and you had them stay right next to you. Where now with Kala, and actually even my previous dogs, but Kala and Sailor, they're into shaping natural behaviors now, and basically getting them to do what you want, but also it's pretty natural for them. And so I can talk more about that later, but wanted a dogs that could hike with me. I wanted a dogs that would do kayaking with me, would travel with me, and yeah, poodles kind of fit the bill. They're, like I said, originally duck hunters, and so they like water and things. And I'm sure the golden doodle's probably in the same boat. So
Yeah.
that's it.
Nice.
So tell them about how your dogs go swimming.
Well, Sailor's not as fond of swimming because when he was like 6 weeks old, they took the whole litter down to a pool. And when they were working with Judy, his sister, in the litter, he walked off the side of the pool. But he does like water, and he likes splashing around with it and things like that. Kala, yeah, you can't get her out of the water if you start throwing balls for her, because a lot of dogs, it has to do with their instincts, and they've all been bred to do different things. And like I said, poodles are natural retrievers. He's like, throw the ball for me, throw the ball for me, throw the ball for me. And Kala is definitely that way. And she's, when I got her, I took her down to Lake Michigan in the fall, and yeah, she took to the water, and they love to go kayaking with me. He falls asleep in the kayak. He's rolled off the kayak a couple more times, so that probably hasn't helped as far as liking water either, to wake up in the middle of the water. But no,
Do they have life jackets, or are they? You have life jackets. Yeah.
When I go kayaking, they both have their personal flotation devices.
Okay.
And yeah. So when he was a puppy and he rolled off, I would just pick him up by the little thing on the top and put him back in. He's like, okay, I guess I'll stay awake now. But no, they just love being out on the water.
Yeah. Did you used to take them down like to Appleton or something where there was a pool?
I still do. In the wintertime, especially if it gets too cold and I can't do really a lot of exercise. If it's, like this year wasn't too bad, but if it gets down below zero and things, it's like, oh, I don't want to do that. There is a place down there where now I've got both of them registered there, and I think it's $35 for 45 minutes or something like that, where they have a pool. You go in, you can go in the water with them. I throw, and it only takes a half hour to do like an hour and a half worth of hiking. I mean, it's a lot of work for them, and poodles are high energy, and so I just threw the ball again. And so yeah, it really helped to keep her in shape, and yeah, he gets to the point where we all get in the water, and if he wants to whine there, well, fine, he can whine, and he can come in a little ways, and tough too bad. If you want to join us, you can join us. But they have a ramp that goes up and down, and yeah, it's great. Very warm water. Not enough chlorine to keep it disinfected, but not too much chlorine, stuff like that.
So is it like a whole dog training facility, or is it just?
They do more, I would say, dog therapy. Like I said, they do swimming there, but they also, I don't know if they do acupuncture, but they will actually work with the dogs in the water. And so for a lot of dogs that can't exercise on land, it's very good for them.
Oh, yeah.
And
Well, I think too, with there are dogs that are afraid of water. So I think that would be a really kind of nice way to ease them in the water versus just, the old school approach of just throwing them,
Yeah. And the old school approach doesn't work, as you can tell with him, since he fell into the water as a puppy and is like, I don't know. But like I said, he's learned if he wants to be with the rest of us, then he's going to come swimming. And so he loves going to the shoreline now and getting up to his chest and splashing around.
That's great.
It just takes time, the old school approach doesn't work.
Yeah, yeah. So did you take them to a trainer or did you just do it all yourself?
I did pretty much all of it myself. I did do the puppy training,
Okay.
but and I don't know if I can use somebody's name, but you can cut this out if you don't want it later on.
No, you
But
can.
I did a lot of YouTubes and Facebooks with Susan Garrett and her way of doing things, and that's where they talk about shaping. And so, since he was a puppy, and Calla was a puppy too, I did what was called originally I did what was called kennel games, where they learned to, and so it became very natural, where they learned to go in the kennel, and then when you went to open up the kennel door, if they went to come out again, they got treats for going in there or plays or whatever, and you basically taught them. He wants to play so badly. He's like, play, mom, play, get off. But he wants to. You have them go to the back of the kennel when you open up the door, and they get a treat back there. Then they learn, when you say your magic word, whether it's free or okay or whatever, they come running out of the kennel, and you play with them, and then you don't do anything. And if they run back, whenever they run back into the kennel, they get praises and treats in there. So they learn that the kennel is the best place in the world. That's where you get fed. That's where all good things happen. And so, and then also that way he learned when I opened up the door, if I didn't tell him it was okay, he couldn't go out. And so that has transported over to going out the house or whatever. So it's, like I said, it's very strange that it works, but it does. You kind of do the opposite thing, and they're like, okay, I get good things if I do it this way.
Yeah. For the rescues, they would put that they were crate trained.
Yeah. Same thing.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
And-
When I say kennel, it's crate.
Yeah.
But that's the way they crate train it is it, good things happen in that crate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Keep going.
I found a video that I could show of kind of a silly trick that I taught one of our dogs. If you don't mind me showing you here.
Yeah. Show.
Okay. All right. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that your dog?
Yeah, we say hold, hold, hold. We put a little piece of salami on her nose, and then we say go, and then she eats it. Here. Turn the sound on.
Leave my foot alone.
Yeah, so that was a fun little trick that she can do.
Yeah. Impressive.
Yeah. And if you get online and look at Susan Garrett, she has something similar where it's right choice, where originally I'd put food in my hand and open it up, and if he went to get it, I'd close it up, open it up, and unless I told him to get it, and then put it on the floor. And now it's to the point where I can put treats on his paws, and unless I tell him, you can get it. So that's called making the right choice. So same sort of thing. Yeah.
And what's nice about Alfie, he likes treats, where my last dog could care less about treats. He was a picky eater, didn't like to eat, and so I could never reward him with a treat, which is hard. Treats are it's a good way.
And Calla was not into treats that much, but when I was doing agility with her, and the agility I do is one mind agility, where you just kind of look at what you wanted them to do and do your body. But she was toy motivated, so different dogs like different things.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah.
I have a question. I have a Min Pin whom we've had for a number of years, but we got her as a rescue. So they weren't sure on her age exactly, but we thought between 4 and 6 when we got her. And when I take her for walks, she pulls terribly, like tugs on the leash. Um, is there a way to train that out?
I have the same problem. That's my main problem with Coco.
I don't know.
I can walk her, and there's nobody around. She'll stay right by me. As soon as she sees another dog or another person, she wants to go for them. And how do I stop that?
And that's just part of its distraction, you know, is in your case where your dog stays with you all the time. And I did work with a trainer back in Colorado Springs for actually my previous dog and actually Calla too. And yeah, that's going to be hard to train. The distraction is going to be hard to train out with the isolation, although maybe not, where I would actually take her to several things. One is if you're just having a problem with the pulling, and yes, you do have to get their attention sometimes, but and it takes a lot of patience. I mean, a lot of patience. With Calla, it took forever, not so much this guy, where if she pulled one way, I would just go the other direction. She pulled that way, I would turn around, or I'd stop and wait for them to come back to me. And I mean, that takes a long time and a lot of patience. So if you have a long time and a lot of patience, which the isolation is pretty good for that. Yeah.
Well, and do you guys have harnesses for them? When we got one of those harnesses that kind of, you know, tightens up on their leg, like that was a little bit easier than just the collar.
And I did do that for Calla too, because you don't want them to choke themselves. So I had a leash that I would attach to the collar, but my leash also had, and I haven't seen any other ones, but it's very similar to it, had a ring on it. And so I would wrap that around her chest and connect it that way. And yeah, when she pulled, it would actually kind of tighten on her chest.
Okay.
But then also, you're supposed to be behaved. He's pulling on my sock. He loves socks. But also then as far as the distractions go, I'd go to like outside of Home Depot or whatever, and learn how close you could get to the people before they reacted, and then kind of knew that zone and would get it shorter and shorter by praising them and giving them treats if they're treat motivated. If you could get them to pay attention to you and not the people going in and out of Home Depot. So yeah.
And then jumping also, Jill, I don't know if you have any recommendations for the jumping. I mean, I've heard like put your knee up, and I've heard, you know, turn around, and none of it works. So
yeah, my previous dog was horrible. Well, and this guy's not so great either, but I had a dog that was a rescue dog that we got when he was about 2 years old, and that last one was soft-coated Wheaton and Cocker mix. And that was so many years ago. Soft-coated Wheatons, I didn't even know what one of those was until we went to, he was so mad at his ears were attached to his body, and we went and got him shaved, and the groomers were the ones that had to say, oh, he's soft-coated Wheaton Terrier. It's like, oh, wonder what that is. But that's why I got used to dogs that didn't shed. But he was a horrible jumper, horrible. And I can't remember. Yeah, a lot of and a lot of dominance things. I mean, okay, that's enough. Sorry, my own dog. I don't know what it is about socks in this guy. I've had to take him to the vet actually because he's eaten the socks.
oh no.
Oh,
He'll take them right off your feet. But yeah. Look at it. I don't know. I just with this guy, as far as I'm concerned, and then my daughter too, I mean, I've gotten to the point where I've just had to grab him, you know, mid jump and put him down. It's like, yeah, jumping is a hard thing.
so with Susan,
Or grab their feet when they jump up, grab their feet and not let them go. That's another one I've heard. That didn't work with Rags, but But yeah, when they jump, hold the feet and say, you don't get them back. And if this is what you're going to do, it got to the point where I did take a class also on what's called Nice to Greet You. And what they did was they had you just train your dog when they see somebody coming up to sit.
That's a good idea. It's a really
And
good idea.
actually with Kala, I think or this guy, I actually, you're going to get put away in your pen. Nope. You know I can't. Come here. Down. That's it. That's enough. You know that, yeah, you grab the paws and say, you're not going to get them back. But like I said, sit, and actually, that's what I was saying. Kala learned that she had to lay down because she was just so wiggly and couldn't wait to see people.
All right, so I just want to get Susan Garrett, right? Is the video
Yes.
that, okay.
Yeah.
All right, because I sure would like to check her out. See.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and when it comes to agility, One Mind is what we go with down in Appleton when I go down there, if I ever get to go down there again for agility training.
And agility, what's it called again? Agility
Training, that's where
in Appleton?
Cal has actually gone to trials and things, so I've really been more involved with that than the confirmation shows, where they go up and over A-frames and over jumps and
Oh, yeah.
and stuff. So
Yeah.
That's a good team building, but
Yeah.
poodles are built for it.
Yeah. That's keeping you busy.
Yeah, it does. And yeah, at the time, I lost my husband and I wanted something to keep my time going and yeah.
Yeah. Well, you found it. You found it. Yeah. Well, I think anyone else, any further questions? TC, anything?
Yeah.
I have thousands of questions that I'm just beginning to get because this dog is more active, I think, than any other dogs we've had.
Yep.
One of my granddaughters worked at a kennels, and she said the golden doodles were the most rambunctious of all of the different breeds. So,
no, as far as the doodles go, I really like, well, poodles are the original doodles, but I like the golden doodles, the labradoodles, and the cockapoos, and then all the rest that came after that is like, But they're all hunting dogs, and so they all have very similar personalities. But I've made every mistake, and I've had well, I shouldn't say that. I really haven't had aggressive dogs and stuff, but yeah. As far as no.
Ryan Heiss is trying to get into this call.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's gonna show his pooch here.
He has a dog, huh?
Yeah, Ruby.
Does he have a new baby yet?
Oh, maybe he'll show his baby.
Oh.
Oh, I hear a growl. What was that?
That sailor, he wants to play so badly, in which case I do have to let out Kala, because nothing plays better with a poodle than another poodle.
Okay, well, thank you, Janine.
Yeah.
And thanks, Jill and TC and Morgan.
thank you all too.
Yeah, and check out Hoopla for anything. It'll keep you busy during this time of quarantine until things start opening up.
Yeah, maybe after isolation is done and things get, I don't know, next year or sometime, we can get kind of social walks going or something like that.
Sure, I'd like that. That'd be great.
And I would invite you all. We're going to be doing another virtual talk tomorrow where we're going to be learning from Janine, getting to know RB Digital magazines. So that's another app you can use for free with your library card.
What time is that?
2 o'clock.
Same time.
Yep. Yep. Great.
Well, thanks, Janine, for inviting me.
Well, thanks for joining us. I'm so glad you are Zooming with us.
For the first time.
Yeah, this is great.
Well, thanks everyone, and hope to see you at another program.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.